it's possible to do a piecewise function on your TI-Nspire calculator. So you can see here the label and the piecewise graph. So how do you go about doing this? So let me start a new screen just to show you. If we insert the graph page. Now what you do is you go ahead, you go to this button right here, which is next to the little book, and you'll see this highlighted icon. It has 3 rows of boxes with commas in between. You click on this and it'll ask you to pick which number of function pizzas you want. So I did a 3-way one, but let's just do, for an example, a 2 piecewise function with 2 pieces. So on the left-hand box you type in your equation. So let's say my equation is x plus 3. Oops, x plus 3. Let's make it x plus 1 just to fit in the window more nicely. And here I want this to be true for x less than 2. So x, now the less than, if you go to control equal, you'll see all these greater than, less than. So x is less than 2. And then for the second part of my function, I want it to be negative x squared. And I want that to be for the values of 2 to 4. So I'm going to say 2 is less than or equal to, so control equal, less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 4. Okay, so there's my piecewise function. There's the, if I trace this, so go to menu and trace, graph trace, so you can see when x is 0, y is 1, and if I keep going to the right, this will go all the way up to where x is just about 2. It says 2, 3. When I push enter, it'll jump down here. Now it says when x is 2, so if I actually typed in 2, though, notice it jumps down to here because 2 is actually defined on this lower part of the section, not the upper. That's how you make a piecewise function on your calculator. You can also do a piecewise function on Desmos, and I'll show you the syntax for that. Let me zoom in a bit here. I think I can, I don't know if I can make this bigger so you can see it better. But what you do is f of x equals, and then you just open a set of curly brackets on your calculator, on your keyboard. You can also find curly brackets right here if you need them on this keyboard that shows up below here. And then you type in, it's a little different here, you type in the domain limitation first. So I do x is less than or equal to negative 2. Then I do a colon, you see the colon there, and then the function. Then a comma, then you do the next domain limit, which is negative 2 is less than or equal to x is less than 1, and then a colon, and then x squared, and then comma, then x is greater than or equal to 3 colon 3. So you can see here's the x plus 2 line, here's the x squared, and here's the x equals 3, all with their specific domains. Now one thing you can do on Desmos that you can't do on your calculator is pretty it up a little bit with open and closed endpoints. So if I were to turn all of these off, you would see just the graph like you would on the calculator with just the, there was no endpoints showing. Okay, just it looks like that. But you can type in the endpoints of the function and then decide whether they're going to be shown as an open or closed endpoint. You can do that when you go to this edit button. So I typed in negative 2, 4. When I push in edit, then I can click on this and I can choose the color I want. So I chose it to match the color of the original graph. And then I can choose whether it's an open endpoint or a closed endpoint. So the same thing here. This one I wanted to have an open endpoint, so I chose this one. So there's the closed endpoint, the open endpoint. And so you can choose the endpoints that match the domain of your function. So that's how you make piecewise functions on the calculator and on Desmos.